Hey coaches, this video is going to walk you through exactly how to get started with Evernote, which is the software that we use for our team resource library. Basically, a big collection of tools for you that you can easily access anytime, anywhere from your laptop, your phone, iPad, etc. Okay, so as a new coach, you want to have Evernote in place and be connected to our team resource library right away so that you can be very self sufficient in finding the information that you need to get started with your coaching business. Okay, so let's go through the entire process from beginning to end so that you can follow along and set up your own Evernote. All right, first things first, go to evernote.com. All right, this is a page you'll see. And if you don't already have an account, you're going to want to set one up. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, put in your email, your password, and click sign up. All right, so that was easy. You now have a basic account with Evernote. What I recommend that you do is to immediately get the Evernote desktop client. Okay, so click on this. And depending on your machine, it will, this is a Mac that I'm working on. So when it goes ahead and downloads the installation file, you just click on that file, go through the normal install process. On a PC, this is obviously going to be different, but if you use a PC, you know what that process is to install new software. Okay, so that's that. Once you've got it installed, you'll see the icon. Come over here and open it up. Okay, great. So you just created your account over here on the web, so you want to come to sign in, put in your email, and sign in. You're going to have Evernote Basic, which is absolutely fine. That's all you need. The primary way in which I would, like you guys to be able to use Evernote at a minimum is just to view and copy and paste documents out of there. You don't even need to be able to create documents unless you just happen to want to use Evernote for that purpose. So the free version is totally fine. So click on free and then click on OK. And here you are, right? I'm going to go ahead and make this the whole size of the screen so we don't get distracted with anything else. And we're going to X out of all this stuff. So here's what a very blank Evernote looks like. All right. I'm not going to go through this in great detail. You can go through the tutorials on Evernote in general, but essentially you have like a big file folder full of all your notes. You can organize those into notebooks. You can use tags to identify specific notes, like what topic they're about, so that if you wanted to search up here and find all the notes that are associated with coach training or whatever, then you could do that. Okay. So this is basically it. You end up with a brand new empty Evernote environment. So that's step one. Woohoo, you got there. What the first thing you want to do though is you want to connect to our team Evernote. So what I would recommend you do is you open a browser, you go to Facebook, you log in, and since you've already been added to our team page, you can come up here and go to, you can go to Team Core Conviction. And you can see the link to our team resource library is right here. If you want to, you can click on this image, click on see more, and then click on the link here. This same link is also available in this quick links document that's right at the top of the group at all times. Let's do this one because you can do this from your phone. All right, so you click on that. It's going to open this Team Core Conviction shared notebook. So this is opening Evernote in your web browser, which is fine. What you want to do is you want to click on Join Notebook. Okay, awesome. So now we're in the web version of Evernote, which is fine. I don't personally enjoy working with the web version. I like a desktop client. It's just my preference. So however you prefer to do it, if you want to stay in the web, that's up to you. I personally recommend that you go back to your application that you downloaded, come up here to refresh, give it a minute, and boom, you will see that your notebooks populate. You can see as long as this thing is spinning, it's refreshing. It's transferring data between what you have on the web version and what you have on this desktop version. So give it just a minute. If you come here and click on notebooks, right over here on the left while it's continuing to sync, we'll go ahead and do that. What you'll see is that now you have this notebook in here called Team Core Conviction. And you can see that it's a shared notebook because it has this little funky icon on it. So what I would do is, even though it's still syncing, I would come in here, I would double click on it, minimize that. And what you're going to see is, I'm actually going to change the view to list view so it's a little easier. You're going to see this big list of notes, okay? This is just a preview of how Evernote works, right? Each one of these is a note. If you click on it, you'll see a preview of the note over here. The settings for this notebook are all to where everyone can read and copy and paste, but you can't modify any of the notes in the notebook. I did that for a reason, only because it's easy to accidentally change a note, delete a note, all that stuff, and I want to make sure that these tools are available to everyone. So what you're going to see is all the notes in the notebook, but what I want you guys to do is to come to this document called Start Here. All right, what you see in here is simply a list of links. So the process that you just went through with joining the Team Core Conviction notebook, I want you to repeat that exact process with all the other notebooks that we have in our library. Depending on when you're watching this video, the initial team notebook and the list of these other notebooks may look different because we're constantly adding new content to this library. So don't worry if it doesn't look exactly the same as this. But as an example, what you would want to do is you want to come over here to say, team calendar, team calls, templates, whatever. Come over to this notebook, click on it. Again, it's going to open it up in the web browser. You simply click on Join Notebook. Wait for it to refresh. And voila, now you have 2 notebooks in your library. Okay, so repeat it again. You go back to your desktop client. It's still refreshing, so there's really nothing to do there. But again, if you come back to notebooks, as soon as it refreshes, there you go. You're going to see that you have templates. So where am I going with all this, right? The way that this team library is structured is that you have various notebooks that are geared toward information that you need to use. So whether it be the templates that we use for all of our scripts and emails, wording that you can use for posts, etc., team calls that we've had that you might want to go back and reference the content, transformations and testimonials, meaning people on our team and in our larger coach team who have shared their progress with programs, their before and after pictures, and that you can share publicly in your posts, etc. So long story short, you want to basically make sure that you are connected to all of these libraries, okay? And if you go back to your notebooks, you're going to see several of them once you connect them all right? And then what essentially you'll do as a new coach is, let's say that you need to find some information in our team resource library. Like, let's say you want to find a script for inviting someone to join you to do a 3-day refresh. You would come up here and you would type in the words that you just said, right? All of the files in this notebook are named phonetically by what they are about. So, for example, you might say, okay, it's a script, it's an event invite, and it has something to do with the 3-day refresh. Typically, I'll what do you call it? Minimize the 3-day refresh to 3DR. Maybe it hasn't synced that yet. Let's do a different example. So let's say you just want to find scripts, right? So you type in script, and you can specify here if you want it to search every notebook that you have, if you want it to just search the notes that you've created, or if you want it to search a specific library. Okay, you can really play with this a lot to see, how refined you want it to be, but let's just stay with everything for now. Okay, so what this does is it pulls up a couple options. It pulls up quite a few options, actually. You can sort these by the title of the note, which I like to do because then it's easier to see, okay, what is it? Is it a script? Is it an event invite? But let's say you wanted to find an event invite for inviting to a challenge group. Okay, click on that note and read this document. This gives you all the information that you could possibly need to create an event invite on Facebook for a challenge group. And it gives you the exact script that I use whenever I do this each month. I've included here like examples of specific invites on Facebook that you can reference if you want. Okay, so that's how you would find that. If you wanted to find a script for how to contact leads, right? Again, you would type in something like script leads. And it's going to pull up all the scripts that have anything to do with leads. So you can quickly see, okay, here's the one I want. Click on it, and it walks you through the information that we've put in there. Okay, so the key here, guys, just as a reminder, when you get started, you go through the process in this video to get your Evernote installed on your laptop. You go to our Facebook group, you find the link for our Team Core Conviction library. You join that notebook. And the first thing you do is go to start here, and then you repeat that join notebook process for every notebook that's in this list, okay? Again, if there's more links in this list because you're joining the team a little bit later after this video is made, don't worry. Just make sure you connect to all of these because these are all tools and assets that you have that you can use as a new coach, okay? In our next video on Evernote, I will show you how to access all of this from your iPhone so that, again, if you are a mobile coach, you're working outside the home, or you're just traveling a lot away from your laptop, you can still have access to all this information, whether you're on the go or you're sitting at home. It doesn't matter. Okay? I hope this helps, guys. If you have any questions, we'll go over this in our training calls, but I hope this helps you get started. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. All right? Have a great day. Bye.